Well, don't think I'm too happy about introducing our next guest, also from Hollywood. But a little too much competitive glamour in the person of Miss Ginger Rogers.
Tallulah, I don't think I'm competition to you. After all, we're different types. I'm a girl.
And what do you mean by that?
Oh, I mean I'm an outdoor girl and you're an indoor girl.
Well, I don't sleep in trees, if that's what you mean.
No, Tallulah. No, it's just that, well, all the men I meet are interested in outdoor sports, so I've developed some skill in athletics. When I go out with a man, I play better golf than he does, better tennis, I can swim better, sail better.
How do you get a man if you beat him at all those things?
I'm a terrible wrestler.
Well, tell me, gorgeous George, do you really enjoy all that sweaty, athletic mishmash?
Oh, it's wonderful exercise. Golf develops my arms, tennis develops my legs, swimming develops my shoulders.
And I see you've been taking deep breathing, too.
But, Tallulah, don't you ever take any exercise? Don't you ever?
Oh, I used to play golf, and quite well, too. I played golf in the 80s.
Oh, well, you ought to try it now. The game's changed a lot since then.
No, isn't enough.
I didn't mean to be, Tallulah. I'm only trying to show you how important exercising is. There's nothing like lifting a tennis racket to keep you trim.
Well, if you don't mind, Ginger, I don't like lifting tennis rackets. The sun gets in my eyes.
Well, you should use glasses.
Now, lifting glasses is another story.
You're making a mistake, Tallulah. Not taking up outdoor sports. A man treats you altogether differently when you're competing with him in sports. It makes you and him sort of buddies.
Well, tell me, Buddy Rogers.
This is Buddy Rogers?
No, Groucho. This is Ginger Rogers.
Oh, well, in either case, how about you and me going out after the show?
Just a minute, Groucho. You made me that offer first.
Well, if Ginger turns me down, the offer still stands.
Well, I might, Groucho. Are you athletically inclined?
Of course. Let's wrestle.
Oh, no, wait a minute. I'm not very good at that. How about a game of golf or tennis?
Well, I'd rather wrestle. But all right, I'll play you some golf or tennis.
Well, which will it be? Golf or tennis?
Well, I'll toss you. Best 2 falls out of 3.
Groucho, you're not going to get anywhere with her unless you're the outdoor type.
Is that all women are interested in today? A man who plays golf, tennis, sails a boat, rides a horse? Doesn't it mean anything anymore to a girl if a man can load a brownie camera? I'll get a laugh about it.
Groucho, the brownie camera went out with McKinley.
Really? Did his wife know about it? Well, how about it, Ginge? You want to go out with me?
Well, if you'll get somebody for Tallulah, I might consider it.
Very well. I have a friend. Oh, friend Allen.
Yes, Groucho.
Fred, how you fix the dough?
Well, I have a check for $26, Groucho.
Good. Can you get it cashed? Is it your check?
Well, not exactly. It's from my present sponsor, the Unemployment Insurance Bureau. You've perhaps heard of them, or you will in later life.
Probably tonight, I think.
Haven't you ever heard any of their commercial jingles on the air? Unemployment hits the spot, $26, that's a lot, twice as much as when you work. If you don't take it, you're just a jerk. Money, 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 money.
Well, I can't compete with material like that, Fred. You better go sit down.
Well, that's the kind of material you should do sitting down, Groucho. Nobody will stand for it. I mean, but if you prefer...
They're moaning all around us, Fred.
If you prefer to get back to our sordid little plot, Groucho, I have an unemployment insurance check here for $26, which may pay for an evening on the town with these 2 emeritus frails that you have here. Here, Groucho, you take the check. It's a government check.
How are we going to get it cashed? Does anybody here know the government?
Well, fortunately, I happen to see sitting on the stage here a junior partner in that business. Now, maybe she will cash it.
True, man, true. Well, girls, we're all set to take you out.
You've already taken us out of the script. I didn't think I was supposed to go off the air till next week. I had been listening to you two elderly gentlemen exchanging those equally elderly and well-rehearsed ad-libs with ill-concealed contempt. Now, if you two can make it back to your seats and let us get on with the show, we may consent to go out with you later.
I'm pretty versatile. I can die on either mic. What was your last sign? You may consent to go out with us later, is that
Later, darling. Much later.
Well, Tallulah, that's a bargain.
And now I'm going to sing.
Tallulah, you drive a hard bargain.
But, Tallulah, I have a song I want to sing here.
Oh, well, Ginger, you're my guest, darling. What's the song?
It's so nice to have a man around the house.
Oh, going in for indoor sports now, huh? All right, Meredith, let's have it. Music, darling, if you please.
No question about it. A man is a problem. He'll drive you out of your mind. He'll cheat and deceive you. That is, if you let him. And yet, you'll find it's so nice to have a man around the house. Oh, so nice to have a man around the house. Someone sweet who's glad he found you, who will put his arms around you, and his kisses just astound you. They're so nice. Oh, a house is just a house without a man. He's the necessary evil in your plan. There are many things about him you just cannot do without him, though it's just a constant game of cat and mouse. It's so nice to have a man around the house. It's so nice to have a man around the house. So nice to have a man around the house. Just a guy in pipe and slippers who will share your breakfast kippers, who will help you zip your zippers. It's so nice. Oh, a house, what's a house without a man? He's the necessary evil in your plan. Someone kind who knows you treasure any simple little pleasure, like a full-length mink to cover last year's blouse. It's so nice to have a man around the house. So nice. So nice.
That was a lovely song, Ginger. A lovely song, and I like the way you did it. I just don't happen to agree with the philosophy of the song. Nice to have a man around the house. As far as I'm concerned, a man around the house is just a dust catcher.
Yes, but in the old days, a man around the house could have come in real handy.
Well, I'll take your word for it, darling. I wouldn't know about the old days.
I'm talking about the days when Mother did all the work.
Oh.
Meredith showed me a poem about that this morning, about the way they used to do things back in Iowa. Would you like to hear it?
Not particularly.
If Meredith will let me have it, I'll read it to you.
Oh, all right. Meredith,
Yes?
do you have that poem you were showing Ginger this morning?
Well, sir, Miss Bankhead?
Never mind that. Just give it to her.
Thank you, Meredith. It's entitled Mother. Mother, on a winter's day, milked the cows and fed them hay, slopped the hogs, saddled the mule, and got the children off to school. Did a washing, mopped the floors, washed the windows and did some chores, cooked a dish of home-dried fruit, pressed her husband's Sunday suit, swept the parlor, made the bed, baked a dozen loaves of bread, split some firewood, and then lugged in enough to fill the kitchen bin, cleaned the lamps, put in the oil, stewed some apples she thought would spoil, cooked a supper that was delicious, and afterwards did all the dishes, fed the cat, sprinkled the clothes, mended a basket full of hose, then opened the organ and began to play. When you come to the end of a perfect day.
That's very nice, Ginger. But mothers today have a tougher time than the old mothers used to have. Now, Groucho was reading me a poem this morning. Groucho?
Yes? walk 300 feet to say yes.
What was that poem you
Couldn't be
recited me
Yah
this
Wall or
morning,
something
darling?
like
That poem you recited about this morning.
This poem this morning? Oh, it was nothing. Just something I read on the back of a barn.
No, not that one. Here's the one I mean. Now listen to this, Ginger. Mother on a winter's day awakes and finds her hair is gray. She hustles down to the beauty shop and there proceeds to blue her top. Her husband says he liked it better when she was young and her hair was redder. She tents at this and she tents at that and then discovers she's getting fat. So she's determined she's got to reduce because this is flabby and that is loose. Now they tighten, bolt and hinge her till she looks just like our Ginger. She hurries home to the man of her life to show him his new and beautiful wife. But when she gets there, it's late at night, and she remembers he went to the fight. She turns on the TV, gives the dial a twirl. There's the louse at the ringside with a beautiful girl. And at the sight of him, her hair turns gray. And this is the end of a perfect day.